Well, we are back with Ken Wingard, and today he's going to show us how to make beautiful concrete bowls that can be decorative or planters. And I look at this.
And we're going to do it fast because the sugar's kicking in.
Like,
from those sticky buns.
Barely got me in here.
I'm so into succulents these days. I have them all over my backyard, and I love these.
You just did a whole thing with succulents.
I know, and it's
They're the best thing ever.
I love them because they're so easy to take care of, and they're beautiful.
But they look
I love
great
these,
in a container like this.
Like that, it's
But
beautiful.
you think concrete, you think, oh, this is going to be a heavy, this is going to be a really hard process to do. It's not like working with wood or anything, but this is
It's easy, and you know, it is heavy, but you know, with a bunch of kids running around, it's actually kind of nice. You never have to worry about it getting knocked off the table and broken.
Oh, right.
And these bowls, they look great alone. They can hold flame, they can hold water. So for candle holders, you can use them for a lot of things.
And too, as we start to gradually move outdoors now, these are great for outside settings.
You don't have to worry about taking them in if it happens to rain or getting Windex and cleaning them. So we're going to make this. It's really easy. What you're going to need are 2 mixing bowls that will fit inside. That's going to be the inside and outside. So make sure that you've got like about an inch or so
Would
at
you
least.
use plastic ones?
Glass or metal is going to be best because most plastic ones have a little bit of tooth or grain to them, so you might not get the release that you need. You need something that's going to be very hard and porous.
Perfect.
You need, of all things, cooking spray, PAM or PAM equivalent.
Okay. What do I do? Is that here?
Not yet, not yet. We're going to first mix our concrete. And instead of actually using concrete, I'm using mortar.
Now, why do you use mortar instead of concrete?
Well, concrete will have lots of rocks and pebbles in it, and so you're not going to get this nice, smooth finish. Mortar is what they use to make like concrete blocks. Cinder blocks are made out of mortar, so it's going to be much, much smoother. And there'll be directions on there. Yeah, mine's going to get a little. So, you know, you put it in and you just add water. Do a little.
How many people does it take to mix a concrete or mortar? Oh!
There we go.
And if you aren't outside, you definitely want to use a mask when you do this. And if you can see, it's just like making mud pies. You just sort of swish it around there, and
To what consistency?
You
are you
want the
looking for?
consistency of pudding.
Oh,
Like thick pudding?
Like thick pudding. Like I have one already mixed here. Sort of mud pie pudding.
Look at that.
Can you really tilt it to the camera?
There we go. I'm using cooking references here for
For
obvious reasons. For Christina.
Yes, for me, so I can understand it.
So you just go back and forth, adding a little bit more mixture.
Add, until you get the right mixture. And then, Christina, you want to do the inside of the big bowl.
While you're doing that, I have a question. What's your work time with this? Is it going to harden pretty quickly?
No, you've got time. So it's not there's no stress of like, oh my God, it's gonna. And then the outside of that one.
Okay.
Now I take it so this will slide off easily.
Exactly. This will help us when it comes to the getting them out. And then, Mark, if you want to pour it in.
Okay.
And say pour it in fill up the bowl about halfway.
Ooh, I just want to put my hand in it.
Don't you want to make
This
mud
reminds
pies?
me when we were kids and they would come and pour concrete sidewalk in front of the house. I just love.
Put your initials in it.
Is that pretty good right there?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
And then you're going to get your smaller bowl and just squish it right down on the inside.
I love the smell of
You don't have
concrete.
to-
I
you don't
no
have
idea.
to-
That's
Nope, as you
weird.
push it, it's all going to ooze up.
All right.
Just squeeze it all the way down in there. And then, what you're going to do, that's enough.
Okay. Okay.
And then you're going to get rocks, whatever you have that's heavy, because that top bowl is going to want to fill in. And you can, like, with your finger, trim it off. And then what you want to do, this is important, just slam it a few times on a hard surface.
Okay.
You do get air bubbles in there, and you want to make sure you don't. So do that, and then you're going to let it dry. And the trick with concrete is that you don't want it to dry too quickly because that's going to make it crack.
Well,
so don't put it out in the sun, put it in the shade, and get a wet towel or blanket and put a damp towel or blanket over it and let it sit for a day or two.
A day.
So it's going to dry slowly. If you let it dry too fast, it's going to crack.
When you're doing it, I notice you're kind of pushing the rocks maybe not be heavy enough for this, but we would like to essentially see it brimming like that.
Right, exactly. And then you want to wipe it off so you'll get that nice. That's how I got this nice flat edge.
Okay,
exactly.
That's the fine
And then
detail.
leave it do it on a Saturday morning. By Sunday night.
Okay.
What you're going to have, is this one here. It's going to be all dry. Okay. We'll take out the rocks. And then you sometimes have to wiggle it a little bit.
It just comes right off. Look at that.
There you go. And then flip it upside down.
Okay, I don't want to break it. Okay.
Okay.
Get it out of there.
Hit it. Is it coming out?
Here it comes.
You got it?
Can you get it?
Yep,
Yeah, it's coming.
There we go.
Yay!
Yay!
Nice.
And look at that. It's
that's
absolutely
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Oh
And
my
you can do
gosh.
you can
I
do
love
so
it.
many more shapes as well. Things like You can do it with glass. Here I did one. I poured into a shaped glass. Same thing, poured the concrete and put a wine bottle to get our inside. So with something like this, you take out the glass, and we're just going to break this since we can't pull it out. Christina?
Can I use this?
Use the towels and then tap it with a hammer.
Tap it?
That feel good?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
good vase.
Oh, be careful.
Tap too
you tapped too hard.
Wow,
Oh,
you don't even know your own strength.
Oh,
But
so,
you can do
okay,
that.
that's good to know, so not tap
Tap
so
lightly.
hard. Lightly.
And so you can really do this with any sort of shape. You get vintage salad bowls with a pattern on it. The pattern is going
By the
to
way,
come
you
out.
could mend that. There's
mend that.
adhesive that
I'm
you
sad
could use.
because I wanted
again.
to put flowers in there.
Can you paint this? Can you add accoutrement to it? You know, glass, glue stuff to it on the end.
You know,
Shells in it?
you could paint it. I wouldn't recommend painting it because you're going to lose that sort of beautiful texture of the concrete. But you can dye it, just like grout dyes and concrete dyes. You put a few drops in when you're mixing it, so it'll be an integrated.
I love this.
Seashells are great. You can put seashells down in here before you put the smaller bowl, and so it'll become impregnated with seashells.